Hi, I'm Melanie from Within Her Light. How are you? Welcome to the car. I'm not home, so I figured, well, I could still come and get a message out to you from the car. That's okay. There's a lot that I'd like to say. So thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm not actually here with a collective reading today. As much as I love doing them, they're like my main jam. I love them. But I also want to talk about spiritual matters in general. And there are so many topics that just so intriguing, but also I feel important to get out. From my point of view, I'm still channeling messages that I hope to bring you comfort. And so today I'm here to talk about our deceased loved ones and how um, you don't need to go and see someone like a medium or a psychic. You don't need to, look to someone else in order to communicate with them. And to the point, I know a lot of people ask, I think I saw a sign. Yesterday I saw a feather. Do you think that was a sign? And today this video really is to let you know how you can absolutely confirm without a doubt that yes, what you are seeing are signs. And that's really the main message. That's the main message of what I want to portray. And I think it's an important one. Because so many times people have asked me, I'm not a medium. I'm more of an intuitive empath. I'm very clairsentient, sometimes clairaudience, and sometimes I do have a little voyance. I do see, but I'm not a medium. I do not see your loved ones before me. As fascinating, or actually I do, but it's not a honed in skill, and it's not like an on-demand thing. It's a skill that we all have. It's just I'm more of a tarot reader. That's my thing. But I do know when someone is before me. But anyway, I ramble. So many times I've had people ask me, could you tell so and so? Can you tell my dad, my grandma, whoever, could you tell them I'm sorry? Or the other way around, could you find out if my auntie is thinking about me? Is she there? And the number one message that I want to get out today is that no, I can't. You can do that. You can do that yourself. You can do that anytime you want, and you don't need me. So I endearingly say, tell them yourself. So, for one thing, we are all psychic. We are just not believing that we're psychic. As far as I'm concerned, that's a skill that everyone on the planet has. Just like, you have all your other senses, or hopefully, you do have all your other senses, and you can see and you can hear the physical world. It does also work. You do have a sense to sense the spiritual realm and the planes on where your loved ones are right now. We just don't realize it. We have flashes, we dream about them, and we have images flash before us, and we doubt them, and we think we're making things up. And most of the time, you really are not making things up. What you are seeing is real, even if you don't realize what you are seeing, because sometimes flashes happen so fast that you don't realize that, your brain doesn't catch up and you don't comprehend that you saw something. But there is a skill there that can be developed. But anyway, so how can you get a sign from your loved one and know that it is a sign from your loved one? To me, the answer is simple. You not only do you ask for one, but you ask for a specific sign. So instead of asking for a sign from your dad, please give me a sign, Dad. Let me know you're here. Let me know that you're with me. And then maybe in a few days, you might see a dragonfly or a butterfly or something like that. And then you think, oh, that's a sign. Or was it? You doubt it. Could that have been a sign? And then maybe you think, well, can I have another sign? Can I have another sign to validate the first sign? And really, all you need to do is ask for one specific sign, something very individual. Ask for a yellow daffodil. Don't just ask for flowers, ask for a yellow daffodil. And sure enough, that image will come to you, whether it's, you'll see a daffodil in reality, or whether, you see one online or on TV or in an ad or what, it doesn't matter. It can come through as any image. And that's your sign, and that's how you know. But I could be even more specific. You could ask for daffodils and flowers. You could ask for feathers and butterflies and dragonflies. And I actually encourage you to do just that. Ask for that as signs from spirit in general. It does not have to be a passed on loved one. But what's really cool is when you ask for something that truly just related to your relationship. It could even be something to do with like an inside joke that you had. So you could ask for a penguin, a dancing penguin or something. I don't know. It could even be more specific, whatever relates to your personal relationship. And sure enough, you could see that penguin come through. It happened to my mom, actually. She had asked for a sign from my dad, who passed away 2 years prior. And I said this to her. I said, ask for a specific sign. Think of an image, and you don't have to tell me. And she thought of penguin, and within about 24 hours, she was playing a game on her phone, and the game was interrupted by an ad, and the ad was penguins walking around. And it was an ad that she had never ever seen before in her life. It wasn't something that she just kind of was used to seeing, and it was an ad that just kind of came out of the blue. And I said, that's definitely him. That's your sign, Mom. That is your sign. So it could be even more specific. It could be funny even. It could be some kind of joke that you had. Oh, I wish I could, I actually asked for the sign of a washing machine. Long story. I cannot tell you. We don't have time for why. I settled on wanting that as a sign, but there was a significance to it, something that had happened in life, and it's kind of funny. And I had asked for that sign from my aunt, and within a day or two, I was watching Netflix of all things, and this little thing came up. This little commercial for a TV show featured a washing machine. I've never seen that before, and I've never seen it after. I mean, how many TV shows feature a washing machine? I cannot tell you how weird and surreal that was. And I will always say that synchronicities will never, ever cease to surprise me. So the only thing I will add to that is that it takes loved ones different times. My dad, love him. I know he's here with me now. He's actually a bit of a show-off. So I didn't ask for this sign. Someone actually told me, your dad is sending you a gift. You're going to see images of golden butterflies because he wants you to spread your wings more. So I'm like, okay, all right. And of course, you know me enough to know that I certainly wasn't skeptical, and I kept my eyes out, and I was looking for the butterfly within actually an hour. I'm not kidding. Within an hour, I saw a girl walking down the streets in costume. She wasn't wearing a regular outfit. She was in costume. And it wasn't even, there was nothing going on to suggest that there was no fair or anything else like that. She must have been on her way. She must have been commuting somewhere to where she needed to wear her costume. And it was this beautiful butterfly, golden color butterfly outfit that she had on. And I was just like mesmerized. And this wasn't, and the person that told me this, it's no way they could have seen this person in advance and tried to kind of give me that seed as an idea. This person had told me in a completely different context, time and place. It was bizarre, but not bizarre because I know that it was a message from my dad. He wants me to spread my wings. So that's what I'm trying to do. So anyway, be specific. But yes, some loved ones are going to get the messages to you fast and profound. It's going to be quick. Others, like my grandma, take their sweet time. They take their time. I had actually asked for a sign. I wanted to see a red thread. It could have been on packaging, on the ground, or anything like that. I wanted to see a red thread that you would get from red cloth. And nothing. I hadn't seen this sign. I think 3 or 4 weeks had gone by. And I'm like, Grandma, Nan, I want to see her. And then within a few weeks more, I think I had to wait 4 or 5 weeks. I kept asking. I was going through something to do with work, and I was really doubting everything, and I wasn't sure that I was on the right path. I wasn't sure I was where I should be. And I even meditated on it, and I actually took myself for a walk. That's my favorite kind of meditation, is walking alone, so I could think and be at one with nature. And I was really questioning work, though. I couldn't meditate really because I was stressed out with what was going on with the day job. And so as I was walking, I looked down on the ground, and there was this thick red rope. It was a drawstring. It was a red, bright drawstring curled in front of me. I don't know where it came from. Instantly, this instant hit I had intuitive, because of course I'm very intuitive. I knew that was the sign I was waiting for, and I was also hearing a message with it. I was hearing the message that yes, you have made the right decision, you are on the right path, and you are doing fine. So there's quality. If you find yourself waiting a long time for your sign, just keep reminding. You don't have to remind them. You're really reminding yourself. You're asking for this sign. Please, can I see this sign? It will come to you, and then when it does, I find that the longer you wait, the bigger the impact, the more of the aha that you get with it. So really, that's it. This is really the message I wanted to get out to you today, is you don't have to ask me for signs. You don't have to ask if what you saw was a sign. Ask for specific signs, crazy, stupid ones that people would laugh at you for. And then just watch that space. Get on with the flow of your life. They are with you. And also, it doesn't have to be your deceased loved ones. Of course, it could be angels, ancestors. I find that I have a lot of ancestors that come through that aren't generations, but recent generations. I was born in the 70s, for example, and I do have a great aunt that would have passed away in the 60s. So I know that she's with me, and I could get signs. I have a grandmother on my dad's side who passed away a year before I was even born. And I know that her signs are one of the boldest and the clearest, that there is no mistaking. You will actually learn Not only can you receive signs from your deceased loved ones, but they will have their own style and their own signature, and it will always be mind-blowing. You know, I mean, the thing with the washing machine, you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? Why am I still on this video? I left out a lot of detail, a lot of personal funny detail. And I even left out how significant the sign was and how the sign got to me. Just saying it came up on Netflix doesn't really do it justice. It's very hard to explain. You have to be there. You have to live the moment. But just know that they are with you. And I think that the real essence, too, that I want to get through to you, and this is important, and I hope a lot of souls get to see this video because of this, is that you do not need a third party. You do not need a medium or a psychic to connect you both. You are connected anyway. And to make this a little bit more serious, you can talk to them. You can get everything off your chest, and they are there to listen. And another thing you can do is write to them. You can journal, you could write them letters, you could burn the letters, throw them away if you don't want them hanging around. But you can get it all out. And they are there right above your shoulder, watching and reading with you and listening. It really is beautiful. And that's truly the main message that I want to get out. You do not need an extra person. Yes, it is cool when you meet a medium who can see. Don't get me wrong. They're fascinating and they are enjoyable to go see once in a while with friends. But just know that on your deepest emotional level, you do not have to be doing that to communicate. That's really the main essence that I hope that I can get through to you. And let me know what you think. Let me know ideas that you've come across and any methods that you use. Go ahead and comment. And thank you for being here with me and sticking to the end, because it really does help my YouTube channel grow when folks stay to the end. And not that I'm all about the algorithms, I'm just stoked that you're interested and you are here. So go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'm sure next time I'll have a reading for you. But also there'll be more spiritual talk. So let me know what you would like to hear more of, even if it's more on this subject or other subjects. You know, there's a whole world out there we could go to, you know, reincarnation and dream interpretation. The list is onwards and upwards and onwards. It's never ending. And before I go, because it is actually getting a little hot in the car, I do want to let you know that if you are interested in a private reading, you can follow the links to either my website or Etsy. I do them on Etsy. Etsy is good if you are outside the United States. Of course, anyone in the world is welcome to. My readings are in English, but of course, everyone in the world is welcome. But my regular website is there too. And there's also other resources. I have a blog up on there now with a couple of entries already. And I even sell tarot cards and books and things like that. So check it out. All the links will be below. And until the next time, I wish you a good day, good week, good month. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.